The Khalistan movement has long been a point of contention between Canada and India. This separatist movement seeks to create an independent Sikh homeland in the Punjab region. This region holds historical and religious significance for Sikhs. The movement has seen a resurgence in recent years, leading to heightened tensions. This resurgence is causing friction in the relationship between these two nations. The Khalistan issue is complex and multifaceted. It's crucial to approach it with sensitivity and a commitment to understanding all sides. The impact of this movement extends beyond geopolitical borders. It has deep cultural and social implications. This essay will delve into the Khalistan movement's impact on Canada-India relations. It will examine recent events, extremist ideologies, and the historical context of the movement. It will also analyze the role of Canadian politics and the resulting diplomatic strain. Recent events have brought the Khalistan issue to the forefront of Canada-India relations. Attacks on Hindu temples in Canada have inflamed tensions. These attacks, often linked to pro-Khalistan groups, have sparked outrage in India. The killing of a prominent Khalistan activist in Canada further escalated tensions. This incident, widely believed to be an assassination, has fueled conspiracy theories and accusations. India accuses Canada of harboring Khalistani extremists and failing to protect its citizens. These events have created a climate of mistrust and suspicion between the two countries. The situation is further complicated by the use of social media. Misinformation and inflammatory rhetoric spread rapidly, fueling anger and resentment. Within the Khalistan movement, extremist ideologies pose a serious concern. These fringe elements advocate violence and terrorism as a means to achieve their goals. They often glorify past acts of terrorism, further fueling tensions. These extremist groups operate both in Canada and within the Sikh diaspora globally. They use online platforms to spread propaganda and recruit followers. Their activities threaten the security of both India and Canada. It is important to distinguish between the broader Sikh community and these extremist elements. The vast majority of Sikhs condemn violence and seek peaceful solutions. However, the presence of these extremist groups casts a shadow over the entire movement. Canadian politics, a balancing act. Canadian politics play a complex role in the Khalistan issue. Canada's commitment to multiculturalism and freedom of expression creates a permissive environment for pro-Khalistan activism. The Sikh diaspora in Canada wields considerable political influence. However, Canada also values its relationship with India. The Canadian government condemns violence and extremism in all forms. It faces the delicate task of balancing its commitment to free speech with the need to address India's security concerns. The Khalistan issue has become a domestic political issue in Canada. It influences electoral politics and shapes public discourse. The Canadian government must navigate this complex landscape carefully. Historical roots. Understanding the Khalistan movement. To understand the Khalistan movement, it is essential to examine its historical roots. The movement emerged in the 1980s, fueled by a complex interplay of religious, political, and economic grievances. The demand for a separate Sikh state gained momentum during this period. The Indian government's Operation Blue Star in 1984, which involved a military assault on the Golden Temple, further inflamed tensions. This operation, aimed at flushing out armed militants, was seen by many Sikhs as an attack on their faith. The assassination of Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi by her Sikh bodyguards later that year led to widespread anti-Sikh riots. These events left deep scars on the Sikh psyche and fueled the Khalistan movement. While the movement lost momentum in the 1990s, it has witnessed a resurgence in recent years. Diplomatic strains, accusations, and consequences. India accuses Canada of harboring Khalistani extremists and providing them with a platform for their activities. It alleges that Canada turns a blind eye to extremism within its borders. These accusations have strained diplomatic relations between the two countries. India has called on Canada to take concrete steps to address its concerns. It demands action against extremist groups and individuals. The lack of progress on this front has led to frustration and mistrust. The diplomatic strain has had tangible consequences. Trade negotiations have stalled, and there have been calls for boycotts of Canadian goods and services in India. The relationship between the two countries remains strained.